Hey guys, Mr. Spader here.
And why did I start off looking at a toilet?
Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about systems. Systems are a bunch of smaller things that work together to make a larger thing happen. And I don't know if you guys were aware of this, but about a week ago I realized that there was poop in my front yard. Not dog poop, but liquid, gross poop. And after doing some much needed research, contacting the city, I found out that the sewer line that leaves my house is broken. So I had some guys come in to help me with that. So I want to take you through the system that is my, essentially my sewer. A lot of people think that toilets are the only part of a sewer system, but actually all water in the house is part of the system. So I'm going to start right here. This is my sink, some dirty dishes from the boys' breakfast and lunch. I also have a dishwasher, and underneath this cabinet, which is locked up nicely for my kids, you'll see that I've got a super duper old, this is like, it eats the food once you put it down there, the scraps, and then you can like ship it out with the water from the faucet. So this is two parts of the system here in the house. So we've got that dishwasher, we've got the sink. Now, there are a couple of other parts of the system. I'm not going to get super in detail with the ones that are upstairs because my boys are trying to sleep and they sleep right next to the bathroom. So you got the one shot of the toilet up there, that's about it. There's also a shower/bath up there. And my washing machine is up there as well. Each are their own mini subsystems of the larger sewer system in my house. So we have two bathrooms, one upstairs and one downstairs, that both feed into the sewer line. Here's the problem, and I think you guys are going to find this kind of cool. I know that I did. This house sits down in like a gully, so I do not get to pump right into the city sewer line. Like, I actually have to pump up to the sewer line. So I have a special thing down here. It's called a macerator. You see all these pipes come down. They feed into the back here, and you get this big tub, and that's where like all the water and the poo and toilet paper and that type of stuff goes, and it gets all like ground up before it ships and pumps back up through this white tube and out to the side of the house, which we're going to get to in just a moment. Okay, this is my crawl space. It's where they're working on installing everything. But you see this hole over here is where the sewer actually gets pumped out to the city line. It goes out into my front yard. And we're not sure if it was a rock or what, but something was pressing against that sewer line and it caused it to crack. So you'll see right now that the sewer line is being buried up, but it ran right along the outside of my house here, and as I'll show you, these are the pipes that the sewer that comes out of my house ran through. Came right out down there, and it goes all the way up to that side, up to New Hampshire Street. So when one of these cracks, what happens is everything that I'm trying to pump up to the city is, it basically squirts out the crack because it's under a lot of pressure, okay? We've talked about, like pressure washers and, I guess balloons to a certain degree, all use pressure, to move either air around or water around. Well, the same thing happens with that macerator downstairs. It creates a lot of pressure and it shoots the water back up to the city so that the city water can go up to Public Works and go through the treatment that they need to go through. This is the new hose that they've installed. There's a big length of this going up into the woods over there between those two houses, and hopefully after today I won't have any more poo leaks in the front yard. So when we talk about systems, we see systems all over the place. Think about like a car engine, think about your kitchen, things like that. A system is really just a series of events that work together to make something happen. So in order for my water to get purified and cleaned and whatnot, to send back to the public works with the city, I have this system in the house that is actually a combination of many, many subsystems, right? So we need to start thinking about systems and subsystems, okay? So a system is like the top of the umbrella. Subsystems are like underneath the umbrella. They're the things that make the system work. And each subsystem could have subsystems as well, right? Think about, like, let's look over here. Back to my dishwasher, okay? So this dishwasher is a system, right? It is part of a larger system, which is my sewer network, but there are also subsystems in here, okay? I've got where the jet dry goes. I've got where the soap goes. This is where water squirts out, right? We've got a top drawer. We've got a bottom drawer. Each of these are different systems. Down there, we've got a spinner. Each of these are smaller systems that make up a bigger one. And your job, as we start moving forward, is to say, hey, what are the subsystems that we are looking at that make our system successful, okay? This is specifically going to apply to body systems. When we start talking about how do you breathe and why does your heart beat faster when you work out, things like that. What makes your brain function better? What systems are part of your memory and your reflexes? Things like that. So I know this was kind of a weird lesson for you. Trust me, it's been even weirder for me, but luckily the twins really got a kick out of watching the digger do its stuff today. So I hope that when we start talking about systems a little bit more, you can think back to this and be like, wow, Mr. Spader had a crappy day. Hopefully we don't have one too. Take care.